Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. And today I want to talk about my personal experience and how changing my environment in my 20s helped me shape who I am today. I graduated high school in Japan, in Kyoto, and I proceeded to study architecture. Obviously, I really liked studying architecture. I enjoyed the university, but at the same time, it was not the environment I was wishing to be in somehow. I had this passion for studying English for a long. Since junior high school, I was studying by myself. In my second year of high school, I went to Canada for a month in summer to study English, and I met so many international people and I was very open to all of the culture. That was something I really liked from my time at high school, and then when I was in university that came back and I started thinking about going to the US to study. I had this opportunity to be in a part of a workshop from this small college in the US, and I got to experience business project and also working on social issues. It was something I was very passionate about, to work on social issues and find meaning in my work and what I study. So I wrote a letter to a professor in the US, motivational letter, and took English exams and applied to the college in the US. I got in. And then I went to the United States that next year. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. It was not architecture study, and it was more focused on social issues and more about business. But because of that experience, I learned how to study, how to pitch idea, present in front of people, which are all related to architecture study and would be important as an architect in the future. Being in a new environment exposes you many different kinds of values and experiences and cultural backgrounds and challenge you to make decisions by yourself. So something maybe you have been doing or out of habits because of the culture you're coming from, but when you were in different environments, you were asked to make decisions by yourself. And it was a great opportunity for me too. And that was one of the reasons why I still think best decision I made in my 20s, that I changed my environment. Studying in the United States broadened my perspective. So I grew up in Japan, in this small island away from where I am right now in Europe, for example, and going to the United States was a completely different experience of living in Japan and broadened my perspective for sure. Small classroom where I had to voice my opinion and question to professor every single day, and it was a big challenge. And I didn't speak English perfectly, and I was surrounded by all the Americans, and it was very difficult experience at the beginning. And I couldn't voice my opinion, obviously, because I come from a very different culture. But I started to think differently. I started to question things every day. I think balancing two different culture really helped me to be equipped with different kind of tools to go through life. And I think there's no hierarchy, or I don't think either of them is better than the other, but I think having these two big different perspectives helped me to perceive many things from broader perspective, and that's one of the reasons why I think it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my 20s. And lastly, I want to talk about embracing changes and personal growth. Maybe I had these doubts where, oh my god, if I change school, I won't be studying architecture for a few years, and what if? And there are a lot of doubts to make a decision, and there could be too many reasons, and then you say maybe no. But for me, saying yes and taking the action and going there in long term helped me to have this amazing tool now helping me study architecture, and in long term that will be helping me grow as a person. one of my teachers in high school told me once, if you are going to regret, take the action and regret, not by not taking action. There can be so many bad things that could happen, but at the end of the day, I prefer not to have this regret of not doing something. I always try to take action and try something and see how it goes. Yes, maybe it turns out bad, but at least you tried. And that's something regret you might have because of you doing it. Also, it's about making your decision the right decision after you deciding something. And I put all my efforts into making something right after making a decision. And it's more of a probably attitude. It's probably like Steve Jobs' speech where he said connecting the dots. And for me, maybe some people say it was just unnecessary, but for me it was definitely necessary. It was a necessary decision in my life to be here today, that I went to the States and met so many people and learned this different value that I can carry on today. I hope this video is helpful to at least one person in this world. And please let me know what you think and how you're navigating 20s, your thoughts, your experience. I'd love to know. And I'll see you next time. Ciao!